The dark never sleeps at Nevermore, and neither does she. Heavy footsteps echo in an empty hallway. A single candle flickers, then blows out. The sound of a typewriter begins sharp, rhythmic, unsettling. Wednesday Addams' voice cuts through. They thought I had closed one chapter. But nightmares don't end when you wake up. They only grow deeper. The scene opens with a wide shot of the night sky, storm clouds rolling in like a living monster. Thunder rumbles and lightning flashes reveal the outline of Nevermore Academy standing tall, shadowed, and unwelcoming. The voiceover begins slowly, dragging every word with deliberate weight. Nevermore has always been more than just a school. To some, it is a home. To others, a prison. But for me, it is a battlefield. As these words echo, the visuals move inside the academy. Long corridors stretch into darkness. The walls are lined with portraits whose eyes seem to follow. A raven flaps past the camera, landing on a cracked window. Its beady eyes reflect the flicker of lightning outside. We cut to Wednesday Addams. She walks slowly, her iconic black boots tapping against the marble floor. Her face is pale and unreadable, her braids swinging slightly with every step. She carries a notebook close to her chest. As if guarding secrets written inside, the voiceover deepens. They think silence protects them. They think shadows keep their secrets hidden. But I hear what others refuse to hear. I see what others are too afraid to look at. The typewriter sound returns. Each keystroke is loud, echoing through the silence. Cut to close-up shots of words being typed. The watcher returns. Blood on the moon. Never trust the living. The screen flickers with quick images, a dark forest under a blood-red moon. Broken glass scattered on the academy floor. A pale hand pulling a letter from beneath a bed. Wednesday standing still while shadows move behind her. The narration sharpens. The past is not buried here. It claws at the walls, it scratches at the doors, and now it has come back for me. Music rises deep, cello strings, uneasy. Building tension. We see flashes of other characters. Enid crying in silence. Xavier sketching frantically in his notebook. A teacher whispering to someone off camera. Each glimpse is brief, like secrets half spilled. The camera returns to Wednesday. She stops in the middle of a dark hallway, lifts her gaze, and stares straight into the camera. Her eyes are unblinking, sharp, piercing through the screen. She whispers, "You think the monster is gone?" The real horror has only just begun. The screen cuts to black. A single word types across the screen in white letters. Wednesday. The sound of a crow's wings fills the silence before thunder crashes again. Asterisk. The sound of dripping water echoes in complete darkness. Slowly, a single candle flickers to life, illuminating an old, cracked journal resting on a desk. Its pages are yellowed, its ink faded. The camera lingers on trembling handwriting. The prophecy remains unfinished. A cold whisper floats in. When secrets are buried, they rot. And when they rot, they come back to haunt the living. We see Wednesday seated at the desk, writing furiously in her notebook. Her hand moves with precision, but her eyes glance toward the window, sensing something unseen. Outside, the wind howls, shaking the branches of the twisted trees. Ravens gather on the rooftop, restless and loud. As if warning of something sinister, the narration cuts in with a chilling calm. I thought last year had ended in victory. I thought the monster was defeated, the nightmare silenced. But victory is a cruel lie. Evil doesn't die. It waits. The camera pans across Nevermore Academy. The students move about in silence, their faces pale, their laughter gone. The once vibrant grounds now feel hollow. Whispers spread through the hall's rumors of missing students. Strange markings carved into stone. Shadows that linger longer than they should. Quick cuts reveal clues, a mirror cracking on its own. An envelope sealed with black wax sliding under a dorm room door. A handwritten note. She is not who she seems. Blood dripping onto snow beneath a crescent moon. The typewriter clacks again. Wednesday's voice sharpens as if she's speaking directly to the audience. They think I don't notice. But I do. The stares, the warnings, the footsteps following me in the dark. Someone is watching. Someone is waiting. The music deepens with uneasy strings. The visuals shift to a secret meeting, students huddled in the library, their whispers frantic. Enid's voice trembles. It's happening again. Xavier sketches a figure cloaked in black, faceless, surrounded by ravens. His hand shakes, smudging the drawing. Cut to Wednesday walking through a hidden passage, holding only a lantern. The walls are covered with strange carvings, symbols etched deep, glowing faintly as if alive. The camera tilts upward to reveal a phrase written across the ceiling in dripping ink. The watcher sees all, her narration cuts in, cold and deliberate. The watcher. A name they whisper but never dare to speak aloud. But I am not like them. Fear is their language. Silence is mine. Suddenly a door slams shut behind her. The lantern flickers. She turns sharply, eyes narrowing, her breath slow and steady. The camera lingers on her face, then cuts to black. A heartbeat begins to slow at first, then louder. With every beat, flashes of disturbing images appear, a pale figure standing in the forest. A raven with white eyes. A candle burning without flame. Wednesday's notebook page filled with the word lies written over and over. Her voice whispers again. The past is bleeding into the present. And if I don't stop it, the future will drown in shadows. The screen fades into an empty hallway. Footsteps echo again. But this time, they're not Wednesday's. A second set follows her, heavier, closer, stalking. She pauses, tilts her head, and smirks. Cut to black, on-screen text types across the screen. One letter at a time. The hunt begins. Thunder explodes. Ravens scatter into the night sky as the sound of a sinister laugh echoes faintly in the distance. Asterisk. The storm outside rages stronger. Windows rattle. Lightning floods Nevermore's walls in quick bursts, each flash revealing more than it should. In one flash, the corridor is empty. In the next, a shadow stands at the end tall, still and watching. When the darkness returns, it is gone. The sound of a piano drifts faintly through the silence. A haunting melody, both elegant and unsettling, fills the air. Wednesday turns toward it, her boots echoing on the stone floor as she follows the sound deeper into the academy. Her voice cuts through. Music! Beautiful to some, but to me it has always felt like a warning. A song no one asked for. A song no one should play. The camera follows her into the grand hall, where a single candelabra lights the room. At the piano sits a figure cloaked in black velvet, head bowed, fingers dancing across the keys with perfect precision. The melody grows darker, sharper, more violent with each note. Wednesday steps forward. The figure stops playing. Silence. The candle flickers. Slowly, the stranger lifts her head. For the first time, we see her face Lady Gaga, pale as porcelain, lips painted a deep crimson, eyes lined in black that seem to pierce through the shadows. The camera holds on her for a long moment. No words. Just her gaze meeting Wednesday's. An unspoken challenge hanging in the air. The typewriter returns. Typing out, she has arrived. The voiceover deepens. They say some monsters are born. Others are made. And some? Some write their own rules. Cut to a series of flashes. Lady Gaga's character walking through the woods at night. Ravens following her in formation. A mirror shattering as she passes. Students whispering in fear as her shadow falls across the floor. Wednesday staring at her with suspicion. Her notebook clenched tight in her hands. The music swells with the sound of strings and pounding drums. Gaga's voice finally breaks the silence, low and commanding. You think you own the darkness, Wednesday? You've only been renting it. Her words hang like smoke in the air. The screen cuts to rapid glimpses of chaos. The walls of Nevermore shaking as books fly from shelves. A circle of fire burning in the courtyard. Enid screaming as a clawed hand pulls her into the shadows. Gaga's character standing on the academy roof, arms outstretched as lightning strikes behind her. Wednesday's voice returns, steady and cold. I don't fear her. Fear is for children. But trust? Trust is a knife sharper than any blade. We cut to a tense face-to-face moment. Wednesday stands across from Gaga's character in a candlelit room, a chessboard between them. Pieces move on their own, sliding into place with invisible hands. Gaga smirks, placing a queen forward with a single tap. Your move, she whispers. Wednesday's eyes narrow. She pushes a pawn forward, slow, deliberate. The candles all blow out at once. The camera cuts to black, but the piano begins again, soft at first, then violent, crashing as if the keys are being struck by claws instead of fingers. Over this sound, Gaga's voice echoes faintly. The game has already started. And you're already losing. A raven slams against the window. Glass shatters. The screen shakes with the impact. The typewriter clacks once more. Friend or foe? The music stops. Silence. Then Gaga laughs a low, menacing laugh that echoes endlessly. The screen fades to black. On-screen text appears. Blood red against the darkness. Season 3, nothing stays buried forever. The night swallows Nevermore. The storm outside quiets, leaving only an unnatural silence. The kind of silence that makes every breath sound too loud, every heartbeat too fast. The screen is black for a long moment, broken only by the sound of a raven's wings. A match strikes. Flame bursts to life, lighting Wednesday's pale face in the dark. She stares at the flame without blinking, then snuffs it out with her fingers. Darkness returns. Her voice cuts in, low and unshaken. They want me afraid. They want me to run. But fear has never lived here. And neither have I. Quick cuts flash across the screen like fragments of a nightmare. Enid's eyes glowing under the full moon. Xavier trapped in his own sketches, clawing at drawings that come alive. A classroom drenched in blood-red light, empty chairs overturned. A masked figure holding a broken mirror. Lady Gaga's character standing in a circle of fire, arms outstretched as if summoning the night itself. The sound of a ticking clock begins, slow, relentless. Each tick echoes like a heartbeat. The narration sharpens. The lines between friend and foe blur. Every shadow holds a secret. Every smile hides a threat. And trust. Trust will be the weapon that kills faster than any blade. We see Wednesday walking alone through the courtyard at night. The camera circles her slowly. The trees bend unnaturally toward her, their branches reaching like claws. Crows circle overhead, screaming in unison. She stops suddenly. The camera zooms close on her eyes, calm, sharp, unafraid. Lightning cracks the sky. And in that flash we see it. Lady Gaga's character standing behind her, a sinister smile spreading slowly across her lips. When the lightning fades, she is gone. Wednesday tilts her head, smirking slightly. The typewriter clacks once more. The words appear in bold white letters on the black screen. The dark is watching. The sound of footsteps echoes again. This time, too many to count. A stampede of shadows racing down the halls, chasing, closing in. Wednesday's voice cuts through, steady and calm as the chaos grows louder. They think they know fear. They think they own the dark. But the truth is, the dark belongs to me. The pounding of drums begins, building with each image. Nevermore's gates shaking violently. A raven exploding into black smoke. A blood-red moon rising higher and higher. Students screaming as the ground cracks beneath them. Lady Gaga's character laughing, her voice echoing like 1,000 whispers. The drums stop. Silence. In that silence, Wednesday whispers one last line, sharp and final. I don't fear the dark. The dark fears me. The screen goes black. The Netflix logo slams onto the screen in crimson red. A single raven's caw echoes as text appears beneath. Wednesday Season 3, coming soon, only on Netflix. The piano begins again, soft, haunting, almost like a lullaby. But before the melody can finish, a sharp, dissonant chord crashes, abrupt, violent, cutting the screen to black one final time. The last thing the audience hears is the faint sound of Gaga's laughter overlapping with Wednesday's steady typewriter keystrokes, merging into one, fade out, asterisk.